It's gonna be like, I don't know if it's gonna be like a review necessarily, because I just got this item, but it's basically just showing you what it looks like. Since I already have it deconstructed, I figured I would show you, because I had to clean it. But this is what the ProTank looks like, disassembled. Bunch of random pieces. The thing that I like about this is that it does come apart so well, because at first I thought it was all like, it's like a lot of the cheap clear misers, they don't come apart, so you can't even clean them or anything like that, you just dispose them, or dispose of them, whatever. But this actually comes apart completely, which is nice for cleaning and all that. But it has a glass tube, which is this thing right here, so if you have issues with like juices that crack tanks or anything like that, you shouldn't have an issue with this since it is glass. But yeah, so that's that. And then, you know, your bases and all that, and just like the center post. Like, I'll try to assemble it on camera, but basically the glass goes here, and then this is the top part, and it just screws into there. And then the little drip tip comes apart, which is nice too. And the weird thing about this is it is a little bit smaller than a regular drip tip, because I tried to put a normal drip tip in place of this and it wouldn't fit. I don't know if it was just that particular drip tip or what, but it wouldn't fit. And then here's your head. The atomizer head is a little bit different than a standard ProTank head, because number one, it's dual coil, and two, the stem is longer, and since it is dual coil, I think the inside part is a little bit longer as far as like up and down. I don't know if you can see the wicks. There's like 2 sets of wicks. I was using this, so it's a little bit wet, but there's 2 wicks there, and then two coils inside. But yeah, so that part just screws onto the base like any other normal tank like this. You screw it in here, and then, you know, you put your liquid in, and then screw this together. And now I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll be back. Alright, now it's all put together. And as you can see, there's a little bit of space from this thing up here. Like, basically there's space where juice should be able to go, but you can't, because you have to avoid that inner channel when you're filling it. So that kind of sucks if there's empty space there. That's pretty much useless. But I don't know, it's not like that big of a deal to me. So that's what it looks like all together. It's pretty nice and streamlined. Sorry, my cat was scratching at the door. It's really annoying. Anyway, that's what it looks like all together. It's very like sleek looking. It's really nice, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like on this Ego style battery thing, which is what I prefer to use it on because it's nice. And I got the 1.5 ohm resistance because I wanted to use it on my Ego style battery, because I don't know, I think a 2 ohm would be okay too. So when I rebuild, I probably will build it with a little bit higher of a resistance, because I prefer my vapes to be on the cooler end as opposed to like a warm. But anyway, that's what it looks like all together. It's really nice. Like, I really like the way it looks. I think it's really classy looking and very small. Like, if you compare it to my huge SVD with the regular ProTank, it's just ridiculous. Like, I showed my brother this thing the other day, and he was just like, it was just insane. But yeah, this one is a lot more inconspicuous when you're out as opposed to this thing, which, I mean, I like this, so, I mean, I don't really mind that it's huge, But yeah, for like vaping in the car and stuff like that, where I don't really want to bring too much attention to myself, it's definitely easier to just use this little thing opposed to this huge thing. But anyway, I really like it so far. I used the head that was pre-installed into it. It didn't come with any extra heads, but I definitely will be buying more of them. But I was very impressed with the prepackaged head, or whatever you want to call it. Like, normally I have to rebuild them for them to be anything decent, but this one was actually perfectly fine. I haven't had any gurgling or dry hits or anything like that. Like, as you can see, it's plenty of vapor, and the flavor is actually really good. It's a little bit better, in my opinion, than the ProTank 2, like just the regular one. I've never had any minis, like this is my first like ProTank mini or anything like that, so I can't compare it to the ProTank 2 or 1 or anything like that. But as far as like the regular size ProTank compared to this, I actually do like this one better. I'm going to try, when I get the new head or whatever for the ProTank 3, the mini one, I'm going to see if they fit into the ProTank 2, because I think it is the head that's just better in the ProTank 3, but I don't know, because I mean, essentially in every other way, design's pretty similar, it's just a smaller version. Like, even with the ProTank 2, it has the detachable drip tip and the plastic tank portion of it, but yeah, the only thing that's different is I had to add the adjustable air control to the ProTank 2 for it to be decent. Like, otherwise it was getting a lot of leaking and gurgling, and sometimes dry hits too, but mainly it was the leaking issue that was a problem, especially after I changed my wick, because I can't use cotton wicks. I don't know if I did a video of this already. I may have, I don't know, but I can't use cotton anymore. It was just giving me issues, chest pains, headaches, things like that. And since I've switched to just silica again, which I don't prefer, because the cotton is a better flavor carrier for me personally. I like the flavor I get out of it better. It's a little bit more intense, I guess, and pure. With the silica, I always feel like I get a flavor in it, which is probably the silica that isn't there in the actual juice. Whereas with the cotton, I didn't really get, especially because I boiled my cotton. If I don't boil the cotton, I do have like a weird earthy kind of taste in the background, but as long as I boiled it, like, that flavor was gone. And I haven't tried boiling the silica yet, which is something that I'm gonna look into. I would imagine you can boil it, I don't really know, but that might get rid of that. But I'm gonna look into it because I don't know if it melts or anything like that, so I'm gonna look into that first. But the heads, just right out of the manufacturing company, whatever, are really good. At least this one is. With Kangar, it's hit and miss. Like, a lot of my heads that I've gotten, I realized in time that most of them are clones, so they're not legit Kangar like heads. So I can't say too much about the quality from Kangar itself, because, you know what, when you deal with clones, you're gonna get your bad versions of it and whatnot, and your good versions. It's just hard to know. Like, the one site in particular, I pretty much knew that they were clones just because of the price and the type of company it is. They have a lot of clone things on there, so that wasn't a surprise. But I have ordered heads in the past that claim to be ProTank, like, or legit Kangar heads or whatever, and they didn't end up being legit. So I don't know, I might just go through the one site that I know for sure is legit, or maybe even the site that sent these. The only thing is, like, I got this from Vapor Vapor, and it took a while to get here. Like, I don't know if they're swamped, because this is the only site that I've seen with the ProTank 3, the minis. I don't know if they just got slammed because of that, but it took a week to get here, and according to their own site, since I placed my order on Friday, I was supposed to get it, or it's supposed to ship out by that Monday, and it didn't ship out till Wednesday, which isn't like super big of a deal, but when you're waiting around and expecting something to come in the mail, it's just kind of tedious. And I didn't see anything on the site that indicated that there were shipping issues or delays or anything like that. I didn't get an email or anything that said that there was going to be a delay, so that was just kind of, I don't know, off-putting, I guess. But I don't know. That's just something to be aware of, that there might be a delay if you do order from them. Like, because I had literally just got this a couple days ago, so, actually, I think I got it yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, because yesterday was Friday. But anyway, it's really good, and this was only $10, and the shipping from Vapor isn't bad at all. It was a couple dollars, so that part of it was good. Like, the only issue I had with them was the shipping, but I don't know whose fault that was, or why there was a delay, or whatever, so, I don't know. But anyway, it's really good. It's a, as far as, like, the type of draw it is, it's, I guess, on the looser end, especially for, like, a clear miser type, because, I mean, I guess technically this is a tank, but it's still, to me, a bottom-fed clear miser because of the heads and all that, which I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I still consider it a clear miser type thing because of that. But as far as those go, this is on the looser end, but it's still not, like, super, because, like, I don't like a super loose straw. I'm not a mouth to lung, or, I don't know, a lung hitter, whatever they call that, where basically you're just sucking in the vapor. I let it sit in my mouth. Sometimes I don't even inhale, because I do vape zero nicks, so it's not really essential that I inhale it. But, since I do have it in my mouth or whatever, those type of people tend to like a tighter draw or whatever, so I don't know. It's in between, so it's like, I don't know, to me it's like perfect, because both sets of people should like it, because it's not too airy, but it's not too tight either. And like I said, I haven't had any wicking issues, and I've had anywhere from 50-50 PG-VG up to 70-30 PG-VG, and there was no issue, even with the higher VG, which I was kind of worried about, because especially with these type of devices, if you have a higher, thicker juice like that, like the 70-30, which is pretty thick, sometimes there is wicking issues as far as how it feeds and all that. So anyway, that's it. So far I really like it. If anything changes or I run into any issues, I'll do an update, but honestly I don't think I'm going to.